Tucked deep in the New River Gorge of Fayette County, Thurmond, West Virginia stands today as a powerful reminder of the coalfield rise and fall of Appalachian rail towns. Founded in the 1880s, the town was named after Captain William D. Thurmond, a Confederate veteran who received the land for his service. He was born in Amherst County, Virginia in 1820 and would leave a lasting mark on the rugged landscape of what would become Fayette County, West Virginia. He was granted 73 acres of land along the New River as a form of compensation for his service. Rather than retreating into retirement, he turned that land into the foundation for something much greater, a town that would one day bear his name. Captain Thurmond was known as a strict, business-minded man. He was teetotaling, methodical, and not especially tolerant of the rowdy behaviors that flourished in nearby sections of town. In fact, the land he controlled was kept dry, no saloons allowed, while the opposite sides of the tracks, owned by others, catered freely to miners and rail workers. The town quickly grew into a vital hub for the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. By the early 20th century, Thurmond was handling more freight than Cincinnati and was one of the most profitable stops in the entire C&O line. This prosperity came almost entirely from the region's immense coal output, as dozens of mines in the surrounding mountains relied on Thurmond's rail yard and depot to ship their product. Thurmond had all the hallmarks of a bustling boomtown, but Captain Thurmond died in 1910, right before its peak. That peak was in the 1910s and 20s, and the town was home to banks, hotels, stores, and a population around 500, quite large for a remote riverside community. The local hotel history is fascinating. The original Thurmond Hotel was built in 1891, right along the railroad tracks, and was a simple frame structure with 25 guest rooms, and no drinking or gambling was allowed. Visiting coal barons and C&O Railroad officials frequently stayed there, and deals were struck over dinners and cigars in its halls. In 1901, the hotel was replaced by the Lafayette Hotel, called the Lay Flat Hotel by the locals, but was still sometimes referred to as Hotel Thurmond. The new hotel had 35 rooms, steam heat, 7 bathrooms, and a jewelry shop, a barber shop, the post office, and the Bank of Thurmond. Tragically, the hotel burned down in 1963, with only the back brick wall of the hotel remaining. And it had a rival. The Dun Glen Hotel was on the opposite side of the New River from the Thurmond Lafayette Hotel and was a big competitor. It was once considered one of the finest in the region and became notorious for its gambling, fine dining, and claims of hosting the longest-running poker game in history, said to have lasted 14 years. The hotel was 4 stories, boasted 100 rooms, and was tragically destroyed by arson in 1930. It never reopened. Due to its rugged geography, with the New River on one side and steep hills on the other, Thurmond was accessible only by rail well into the 20th century, giving it a distinct, almost insular character. However, Thurmond's success was tightly tied to the health of coal and rail industries. As railroads began to decline and mining operations shifted or shut down, Thurmond's importance diminished. The post-World War II era saw rapid depopulation, with passenger service ending in the 1960s, and most businesses closing soon after. By the 1980s, the town was nearly deserted, though the National Park Service stepped in to preserve many of its historic structures, recognizing the cultural and industrial heritage the town represented. In 1920, the census reported only 5 inhabitants. Today, Thurmond is managed as a part of the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve, with much of its infrastructure still intact. This tiny town serves as a living museum of West Virginia's coal-era past. Tourists can explore the preserved depot, walk the once busy Main Street, and imagine life in a town that once epitomized the energy and ambition of the Mountain State's industrial age. Though it has faded from its glory days, Thurmond remains an enduring symbol of the American coal industry's impact on rural Appalachia. A ghost town, not of mystery, but of memory, telling the story of labor, transportation, and resilience carved into the rock and rails of West Virginia.